And welcome back everybody to Limbus Company. Yestertime we made it through the next node of Intervallo 5. We got to take Quixote's shoes off, and Yi-san got to see them guns by himself. Once again, if you missed anything today or want to catch it up to the full playthrough, make sure to join the Games Are Bastard channel. Also, at the time of recording, we just passed 15,000 subscribers on the main channel. Thank you again so much for that. Very, very cool. We're gonna have some giveaways on the Discord. Make sure you joined. And of course, once we catch up to Limbus Company, we are gonna be playing some Undertale and RV there yet. All right, with that, let's make our way back to the regular checkup and let us continue, shall we? Cookies today, now they are completely yeah, Inovitan, that's why you have to put very careful, you have to be very careful with the timers and everything. Oh, I know the feeling though when they're oh god, I'm so sorry to hear that. In the meantime, 7-5-12, the hierarchy. Let's go.
Well, now that it's over and done with, I would like the sinners to go and gather around here.
Owenheim placed the sinners in a single file before him and began.
Now the regular checkup is complete. We finally have enough data to compare your pre-employment statuses to those of your current selves. Which means indeed we were able to measure your pre-employment combat capabilities as well.
Oh, he did the glasses thing.
And what are the conclusions?
Have fun with the game. Thank you for bringing it out, and then we can have a good one. And go make more cookies. Not recording. Welcome to the Hater.
Allow me to preface this by saying that there isn't much significance in the story saying this particular hierarchy of power in the linear scale. Like I said, you are all quite mediocre in a pleasant anyway, and
tomorrow is non-gaming? Yes, tomorrow non-gaming LFAs.
Oh, there's plenty of significance, alright? We gotta know who's the big boss.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Next Saturday we're gonna have another like regular stream, yeah.
Well, this is a speculation of the worst case scenario. We must know which one of us has the most right authority to lead the rest of the senators against the center measure against dudes and outside against the servant and senior Sagittarius unavailable.
Hey, that's...
Don't listen to anyone weaker than I am.
Oh no.
I don't listen to anyone weaker than I am.
what we do with the reason now was the first one has to introduce himself.
What in the exam final today? Fine. Was everybody decided to start a new draw for it? Nice. Yes. The translator? Yes. There was a burgeoning interest among the sinners to see which one of them would be at the apex of this scale. Were they to be measured by their strengths prior to their employment? Number one is Don Quixote. Let me just move my door. Number one in the power scale is Don Quixote. At the tippy top, it's Don Quixote. Full stop, end of story. It just took all the rest of us and Virgilius to stop her. Combat capabilities, number one is Don Quixote. Simple as. What do you think the strength order is? Tippy top, Don Quixote. By the way, I got an update. My Don Quixote plushie is on the way. As well as my SK plush. So yeah, those are gonna sit on my top of the amplifier. So I think Don Quixote, Ryoshu, probably, because she's insanely strong. We'll see. Destroyman, welcome to the Hero. Hey. Maybe before I lost my memories, even I. Dante?
It's interesting how the collective has to decide to get a clear picture of the pecking order.
That whole order, I'm curious. Okay, fine. Better show them up when they arrive. Oh yeah, we're gonna unbox them when they arrive. Okay, so we have we're gonna have Quixote at the tippy top. Then I think Ryoshu. Then maybe Faust. Mainly because of her knowledge. Then probably Otis. Maybe Ishmael underneath. I would say maybe Honglu underneath that. Maybe Honglu tied with Ishmael. Maybe tied with Ishmael. Then Yisang. Then Rodia. Tied probably with Heathcliff. Then we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing 3. Oh, yeah, of course. Mersault at the very, very top. And then we would have Gregor and Sinclair. There you go. That is my expected rankings. Maiden, welcome to how you doing? Being able to count Mephi as part of her toolkit. You made it. Well, we'll see. This had Shin Manganegio while Dawn was starved. Whether or no Shin Manganegio, yes. So yeah, there you go. Mersault, because it's Mersault, and the only reason Mersault is not at the top of the list because we didn't tell him to. But we all know Mersault is so strong. He could have he could have stopped Quixote. We just didn't ask him specifically. Because Rhaegar last because Asmongold would like him. No. The last one was Sinclair. Gregor because he's just old. He's just older. Yeah, no, like other like Asmongold would probably love Gregor because Gregor would be all over him, not in that way. So yeah, this I think would be the tentative. Gregor is only 30. Yeah, that's ancient. So what about the Salt? Well, we'll see. Maybe Gregor. Yeah, no, definitely at the bottom is Sinclair, maybe because he's just the youngest. But yeah, there you go. That would be my tentative list. Let's see where this goes. She's 28. Well, yes, because that is anyone above 25 usually. So, yes. And Rex, we're not taking any requests right now. Twitch mode and dark ties. So there's will they Warhammer again into Spavish mods? Could this return tide too? Maybe. Let's see.
Negative expression of this society even lead to juvenile behaviors among children, for example, stealing their colleagues' lunches for meager reasons such as scoring higher than they did on the test.
Otis will be insulted by my ranking? Good.
You're not speaking from personal experience, are you?
Better welcome to how you doing? Go ahead.
Yes, I believe that trying to conceal the outcome of the test from you will be quite meaningless. Each of your placement in that line who are standing insignified the very order you were so curious to know. I do not wish to waste any more place on this subject.
There was a long, long silence. Then the sinners all simultaneously turned to look at the person standing in the frontmost position of the line. This has to be the longest, most awkward, most loaded silence I've ever felt in my life. Oh boy! He got the power up just... No! This is Don Quixote's doing. This is because of Don Quixote. He took off her shoes, and that's it. That's it. A motivated man will do everything. And that's it. That's the spark that Yi-Sang was needing. And now, you know, that's it. That's it. Garber, welcome to Heirun. Much that I wish to hold shrouded in my fathoms, yet I learn still to convey that we are all more than meets the eye. our precious depressed pale boy is there you go. Yet there remains a certain abundance within my heart. Perhaps the test of this day paint a picture of both of my qualities. Thus spoke I. He sang. He sang. I will place trust in the faith that all you shall one day sprout wings as I have. He's the last, isn't he? He sang. It's the other way around.
Oh yes, the line was made from my point of view. From here, the center building that always starts lands is the one at the front of this line.
Why did we turn Jesus? He ain't no George Bush, he's just your average country boy. He grew up in the countryside, and that means he's got the country boy accent. Don't forget that in this stream, we don't give them the voice that they deserve. We give them the voice that I want. I told you! I mean, I wasn't expecting Yi-Sang to be at the bottom, but there you go, Quixote. They made him sad. There you go! There you go! All because it took until you saw Quixote's guns that you actually started trying. That's his fault. Entirely his fault. Malnourished. Yeah, of course Yi-Sang is the worst. He joined the company malnourished and drugged after leaving from his holding cell. Yep. Thanks, Trump. You are very welcome, although right now, our dearest and foremost, Trumper is not here. She's at the other side of the world, along with the Blues Clues Squad, the Blues Clues Crew, and the Blues Clues Syndicate, however you want to call it. They're conspiring to give us more clues so that we can figure out what the hell they want to do. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Bigly. I forgot the name Herman for a second. By the way, we have a Herman emote with the MAGA hat and everything. He has the constitution of a flowering potato. There you go. It's an ideal. Yep.
Well,
he said some cool words, so we got this right. Yeah, he sang because Sinclair is right in front of him. Well, it's quite the bashful occasion to be the center of such fervent attention of one such company. I love her so. Yeah, no, she very quickly became my favorite. Like everyone else was kind of like, you know, I was kind of on the fence about everybody. We got her Kanto straight to the top. That's it.
I wouldn't say fervent is the right word. Worried, maybe.
Donna's best girl bar none, except Megumi here, but that's a different story. That's. I shall be vigilant. No one seemed to have any objections or doubts about who the strongest sinner was, given the earlier event. So 1 Quixote, 2 Otis, 3 Ryoshu, 4 Mersault, 5 Faust, Honglu, Rodion, Heathcliff, Ishmael, Sinclair, Yi-Sang. And yes, Not Courting is the one who's made most of our emotes for these, yes. Yep. Yeah, Not Courting is the one who's made... Non-Courting and Running Kitten have made most good chunk of the emotes that we've used over here. By the way, YouTube chat is so stupid when it comes to emotes. There are no free emotes, and the number of emote spawns we have available is directly based on how many paid members we have. I hate it. I hate it. But yeah, Ishmael seems to be that far down, yeah. Yep.
On second thought, it appears that it would be best if we left the command to Ishmael. We have done so far.
She resigns herself as soon as she gets humbled. She just defaults to giving it to Ish. Oh my god, Otis. You are the second strongest, dude. The fuck did you expect? Like, you should take honor in that, dude. Rodia knocked out Heath in a single punch, and somehow Honglu is above her. I mean, Honglu is definitely holding back. Same as Mersault. Like Honglu is like so black-pilled that he's not taking anything seriously. He's playing around, he's being an absolute doofus. Same with Rodia, by the way. Rodia is also, like, Rodia and Honglu are the two that are simply holding back. Because they are going no fucks given. They have no motivation, they have no incentive, they go in, they do things, they mess around, and they continue. So, yep, Odysseus here is not used to being second in command, yeah. Otis mumbles through gritted teeth. Do power scaling, it's unfun. Look, we established that Quixote, most powerful being in the whole world. Hands down. Especially with his family. We established that most powerful could probably destroy the world if he wanted to. After that, it falls about the moment you think a bit harder on it, probably, yeah. And, like that Quixote, basically the SKA of this world. Which, by the way, SKA is probably my favorite character, like non-main character from Expedition 33, and I'm getting a plushie of him, and if the plushie can be adjusted the way I think it can be, he will be hugging Don Quixote plushie. That is my goal, because SKA loves giving hugs, and he's the best friend ever for everyone, and that's it. SKA wants to scream at you right now? Ha! Sucks to be you. So yeah. Yes, like, if y'all haven't played Expedition 33, we have the full playthrough on the channel. Which Don Quixote? I got, it was the one from, hang on, I have the website over here. Hang on, where is it? It wasn't Good Smile, it was it Good Smile? No, it was from Limbus Company Plush. Let me open it. It was from this one, over here. I ended up getting this one over here. The little one. A little one. Because I don't know about Good Smile. Because Good Smile doesn't have Quixote just yet. But yeah, I ended up getting this one over here. This is the one I got. All of the other ones are out of stock except for Faust, which I was tempted. But yeah, I got Quixote. Because she's my #1 favorite girl right now. This, over here. Anyway.
Forsooth, I am in agreement. I am more partial to roles as defending fixer or as squire. Tis of the case that such side characters enjoyed greater popularity since time immemorial.
Vantula and Ferris wheel instead. I could probably 3D print that one, but yeah, should be. Yeah, but that's why not. She killed her dad, so now SK is there to. Just like in Expedition 33, SK is gonna be there to console them. Look at that. Look at it, Bush. Yeah. National shipping 3 days. Nice. Yeah, no, I have international fish shipping as well, but it should be fine.
Very happy to see this discussion not coming to blows. Now, are we all ready to move on from this? Oh, wait a minute. Are we all forgetting something pretty important? Let's just throw our works, Greg. No one remembers anyone between first place and last place. I even forgot my own placement in order. No, I mean, fellas, I wasn't even part of the list. No, what are you not?
Who cares, man? There's 12 of us. Some people just fall out of radar. Big deal. It's just not. Just get on with it.
Funny enough, Gregor is my least used ID. Because I don't have that many for him.
Hey! You can't just disregard me like so I fly away.
Huh? I guess somewhere around my level, probably. Or Heathcliff's. Ishmael replied in a voice that had clearly lost all interest in this discussion.
You're the sinner that desired instantly down. We had no choice but to place you in the least favorite category of all researchers. exceptions.
We were missing Gregor from the list. Did finally Gregor idea like using? I mean, the priest is okay, but problem is that all the other ones are just so much stronger. Because Gregor was our first strong ID with Zwei Gregor, and then yes. This does not fortify our position. Yeah. They really hate that, huh?
In other words, a case that cannot well be placed on a list of the scale, to do so would be irresponsible.
Gregor's arm is stronger than Gregor? Yep.
I'd say you carry a certain potential. Potential is it? Does that mean I could also be first play vote as well? Could be well reverse, given the definition of potential.
Let not the squarey harry your mind, Gregor. Your day will come. Even though you already had your chapter back in the starters, you might see it again. Who knows? Oh my god.
It was funny getting consoled by the guy who plays Leicester.
Poor bastard. Poor bastard. He's just uncertainty. Pure uncertainty. 6513. The new classification codes. Let's go. Gregor again. After some time passed.
Next, we must discuss the classification numbers. We have an assigning list levels of distortions, just as we have for abnormalities. The observation logs will have reason for us, they are of great help, of course. My researchers struggled to parse the handwriting of certain sinners, however, but it was good data all the same.
I have horrible handwriting. I have beyond horrible handwriting. I completely relate there. My handwriting, especially in cursive, is damn near unreadable. Like, I can read my handwriting. Most other people can't. And I used it to my advantage to be a dick to my classmates back in high school. Because, you know, many of my classmates wanted to cheat. And some of them I held, like, fuck you, you're not gonna cheat off me. I put the effort, you didn't. So I would intentionally make my handwriting just bad enough so that they couldn't read it, but just good enough so that my teachers could read it. And it was my way of fucking with them. It wasn't necessarily out of spite. It was more of a just fucking around kind of thing. So, yeah. Because later down the line with my best friends, we created a genius method of cheating. Because in my last 2 years of high school, the class was set up in a way. I have the fucking thing, right? So our classmate, you know, usually classes in schools are like, you know, your desks are like rows of desks evenly distributed. But we had so many kids in our classrooms that are so small that we were being put side by side. We were groups, like we were like 3 rows of 2 tables each, and like 3 or 4 rows of this kind of stuff, and we were basically arranged this way, right? So what we did with my best friend for our last 2 years, because it was myself and my best friend, we would be like over here. We created a code. Daniel, welcome to the How you doing? We created a code, which was basically a it was letters, our own version of letters that just looked like doodling. It genuinely just looked like doodling. You heard that's the default in Hungary to just have that? Oh, te magyar vagy. Nice. So yeah, we basically had this going on, and yeah. we just would put a piece of paper in between us, like a blank piece of paper, and we're telling the teacher, hey, do you mind if we just squiggle around this paper? It's just, you know, to let off steam. That, nice. So, yeah, we just invented another alphabet, and it looked like squiggling on a paper, or like little drawings, and we would basically just write down the answers like that. I'm pretty sure my mom might still have the notebook where I wrote that thing. Yeah, we ended up using it with a bunch of my friends. Most of my classmates were not smart enough to, they did not catch up on that. But yeah, they would just see me and my friend. So what we would do with my best friend is that I would study, like I would know the first half of the test, he would know the second half, and then we would just share the answers on the paper. And like at the very end, like once we graduated, we fessed up to our teachers, and they were like, I'm not even mad. Like, so that's what you were doing. Okay, so like there was always something suspicious, but they had no way of proving anything, right? Because by all intents and purposes, they were literally just squiggles. They did not expect us to come up with a fucking code of the ABCs. Like, we just did a new alphabet altogether, and we would just write down the answers like that. Oh boy. I just expect the teacher to already know? No, because like usually they wouldn't expect a 16, 17-year-old kid to just come up with a brand new alphabet that looks like doodling. Like, it looked like stick figurines and that kind of stuff. Like, it genuinely just looked like we were drawing on a piece of paper. And, you know, being efficient with our space, they were not expecting it to be actually cheating, because both of us were like super well-behaved students. Like, we only had like a couple of incidents here and there throughout our entire thing. Like, it was a K to 12 school. So yeah, but it's just when they made the alphabet part of it. Yeah, probably like that. So yeah, no, it was such a funny experience. So yeah, no, I don't even remember about the Yeah, so yeah, it was the bad handwriting. So, it's not that I was opposed to it, it's that I didn't want my other classmates to do it. Or told me so, yeah. Alright, anyway. We once had a 3-hour debate over a letter. It fortified our position.
Like, just gave up and tried to fix my handwriting.
Nice. Got brought down Sinclair's level at the start means that Yi Sang actually became stronger. Yes. Heathcliff grinned proudly and wiped the side of his nose.
As you must be well aware, the current system of classification numbers is a rather significant oversight.
Right. It was nice. He brought it up to level 1. Yep. Sang alone managed to bring down the second kindred to Sinclair's level alone. Yep.
Because abnormalities were creations from a group, our classification system had to be listed whole from the system. However, the criteria by which the formula group measured the risk levels as the amount of the energy production.
Which, by the way, once we finish Undertale, we are gonna have we are gonna play through Lobotic Operation and Library of Ruina. We will. I will explain everything next week, because next week is our last week of the full-time experiment. I'll explain everything. But yeah. Be if they didn't count Sancho? Probably not. Nowhere near, yeah. Our teachers had to fight cancer. He couldn't find a replacement teacher, and when he came back, we're just about 70% of the shit. It's all outside of class times, which none of us had time to do everything. That's awful. That is awful. Yeah, in that case, like, some of my teachers, like for biology and that kind of stuff, our teachers allowed us to use the books. Like, it was an open book test. You just wouldn't be, like, you just could not ask where the answers were. You were expected to know where to find the answer, how to find the answer, but you could not ask any questions. Like, if you asked a question, you would get an automatic 0. That's how my teachers did open book tests. So yeah. such a nice school system. It was for like chemistry and biology and history. Like we had that for those because they knew that we wouldn't be able to remember every single bit over the way. Except on this, it was like a logical thing. Like you would be able to build the logic behind it. But if it was like quoting something, yeah, go and find the quote. You should know where it is. The downside to it is that the tests would take a very short time. Like, they would be very fast tests instead, so yeah.
As the correlation of thoughts, it was often the case that the more aggressive abnormalities produce more energies, but the destructive capabilities was not a part of the criteria despite the correlation.
We needed to remember quotes from English literature. In our case, we wouldn't have that. Like, we could bring up the book and, like, look through it, but nothing else.
That is why certain abnormalities were assigned relatively low risk levels, despite the potential to kill even multiple higher-ranking employees.
So yeah, no, for us it was very different. Like, it was some of the more complex subjects where that would be it. But everything else was just, like for math, we were supposed to just remember the formulas. Like you just need to remember how the formula works and that's it. And one of my math teachers, the dick, he became a literature teacher afterwards. He would create these like paragraph and a half instructions for each exercise. And the trick was, the solution is there. You just have to read the whole way through. Like the first like 2 sentences were like the problem to say, and then the rest of like the paragraph and a half or 2 paragraphs, sometimes like a page long, was the process with the instructions step by step on how to get the answer right, and half my classmates would fail it. Yep. Filler made to waste your time. It was great. We are doomed. We can't read. Like a bunch of my classmates just wouldn't read through. And then our teacher, like the teacher even gave the game away before the final exam. And many of my classmates still failed the test. It was insane. Use books and tests because remembering what letter stands for what was a hassle for here. Yeah, no. So it's like teachers were very reasonable for that. Yeah. I am very happy with the education I have. I hope my mom can keep up the education. Because on top of that, my mom runs the school that I went to, so they never got preferential treatment though. So math and had 40 minutes, so no one could finish in time. Like 3 B's in the entire class was ridiculous. That's a lot more than we would usually get. Like in my school, it would be like anywhere between half an hour, 40 minutes for the final tests. Yeah. And they would be pretty long tests too, so yeah. Anyway.
They were an energy company at the end of the day. It makes sense that the priority would be to measure the energy output.
However, those abnormalities and distortions must be suppressed via the late confrontation. Thus, the former classification system is rather incongruent with our purposes.
Alright, yes, I'm very welcome to the Hayden. The geography. Yeah, it's just the same formula. Yeah, no, like my math teacher had that. Like he would give us these super complex problems that the solution was in the instructions of the problems. It was great.
I once heard someone say that we should be wary of people who drone on and on in the intro. Thus, it became necessary for us to reorganize the distortion risk levels and classification codes.
Wow, how interesting! So whose job is that going to be?
I'll take a bad night to tell if you ask me that question.
It's Hong Lu. It's happening to Z, what it causes Z, X, Y, and Z for the topic. Makes sense, yeah. I don't know.
Us? It's us? Sinners without the right to refuse, was it?
Wait a sec. Should you stop floating your own work onto us?
A privilege given to researchers?
Aye, don't be so ignorant, yeah? It's all just to, not to research distortions, right? We got...
We'll round assistance.
We got to do research the distortions in order to solve them better. Elementary shite.
아주 단단히 휘어져.
Has really got you right on his finger, you know that?
LCD 현장 추리팀
According to the LCD on site of the system leader, the progression of the distortion is more like that of the deceased. The fate of an abnormality awaits at the end of the distortion phenomenon after all.
Okay.
환상체가 된다는 건
When the distortion progresses into an abnormality, all pre-existing individuality is erased, replaced with the totality of an abnormality.
Which is what happened to Jum Soon in Leviathan. It explains it now properly. It is that, yeah, that's what happened with Jum Soon, yeah. By the way, the full read-through of Leviathan is on the gaming channel, so make sure you're there.
따라서 환상체가 되어버리는 순간
Thus, it is impossible to bring back a distortion that was already transformed into an abnormality. It will no longer have that reversibility that they once had in the distortion phase.
So, distortion like that Time Ripper fellow will eventually become abnormality too if left untouched. If you have the settings of the subject HC.6.PI.20.21, then yes. This is simply a prediction, of course, because that particular subject isn't contained here. I cannot say with absolute certainty that this progression into an abnormality will be absurd.
Different education institutions, my name is school. Alright, this question is teachers and never had it. Lovely. Correct assessment. We get. Oh, didn't Limbus company collect the Time Reaper?
그러고 싶었네만
We hopefully could, but the club was very adamant about their claim of the entity to the point that refused to even sit at the negotiation table. I found the time-living ability quite fascinating, but sometimes I must know when to cut my losses, I suppose.
잠깐. 그러고
Wait.
보니 그
So that's something. Is the new classification code for what?
그렇다면
Indeed, because it's difficult to identify and observe the origin and the shape of a distortion, we decided to cloak all that information and instead replace them with the thin affinities and the expected damage scale.
최악의 속성은
Sin affinities of pi must refer to big data sloth.
It appears that classification now mimics the classification of the Picatula.
엄밀히 말하자면
They do indeed follow the same thought process. If we're being technical here, I wouldn't say it mimics it. It would be more accurate to say that the Picatula are at once the origins of the distortion phenomena and the swap products. The affinities can be translated one-to-one, actually.
피해 예측 수치는 뭐지?
What's the expected damage scale?
전투력
Combat capability, I'm guessing. I remember them saying that the risk levels were determined based on the encapsulant production rates, which is not the most meaningful information to us who have to fight them directly.
전투력이라는 개념을 수치화해서
I was so tired of convenience, put the nebulous idea like combat capabilities into a singular numerical scale of power. Certain entities had idiosyncrasies and variables that make such a linear measure quite meaningless.
그래서
So instead, we decided to measure the expected amount of damage that Limbus company personnel might suffer should they engage these entities in battle.
시간살인마는
All this time, my purpose is very little threat against the sinners due to idiosyncrasies. The unique nature of the weapon means they can immediately annihilate fatal blow to anyone from the LCC department as a single strike.
그렇기에
That is why this distortion is given a rather high success damage scale of 6 from a scale of 1 to 10. Please do know that this is not a perfect system and these values are there only as references.
뒤틀림이 아닌
Will this standard be applied to abnormalities as well?
그럴 예정이라는
We'll plan to do so, yes. Risk levels and expected damage scales will be coming before the classification codes. Well, speaking of which, I have something to show you all.
What is it?
What else other than the monolith? The one with the highest potential values among Limbus companies' businesses.
Good economic fighting. Yeah, okay.
Thus, the development of transportation, management, and processing methodologies of the monoliths is a glowing achievement indeed.
The artifact by its very nature poses a great danger. I hesitate to embrace its use so willingly. Authority because I say so when asked about biology and viruses. NMC, have you considered being a journalist? Have you considered being an investigative journalist? You wanted to buy the monolith? Yeah, he would want to buy the monolith, yeah.
A great angle of that, but when you say that's said by the end of all times, the arbitrariness of deciding how dangerous something is comes from the degree in which it poses a risk. As you already know, the monolith here is a device that can foster distortion. It scatters throughout the city just like a golden ball. Assists only possession of the fingers and the syndicates of the backseats that cannot be collected by companies both large and small and nameless like a plague.
What's my favorite Intervallo? I don't know yet. Mira, welcome to the Headwind. I don't know yet. Maybe Time Killer, Time Killer, the Sherlock Holmes, but the Warp Train, dude. I don't know. Communication media, but Corvinus. So you're in psychology? You don't need a degree to engage in journalism. You know that, right? Like, going to university for journalism is not necessary. It's a field that you can do, but just doing it. You can self-teach you that one. Tender, new Intervallo was fired. Nice. We'll see that one eventually then. We also learned that they have become rather high priority targets for some wings out there. They want to fortify their positions.
As luck would have it, we managed to begin a research expedition and collection of the monoliths much easier than the others. Now we are only at the stage where we may partake in the processing and the sales of these artifacts, expanding our witness benches.
They always do, yes. Expedition, like Expedition 33, yes.
You could say that we now avoided the very unsavory fate of having to tussle with the wings for the possession of these artifacts. Because we may have had to confront the wings directly with that the case.
Going to uni for journalism sounds like a very too much overkill? Yes. Like, there are degrees out there that are, by all intents and purposes, a scam in their current way. Like, if I were in charge, like, and this is how I think I could solve the student loan crisis in the US. I would add liability to certain degrees, and I would force universities to put their degrees in one of three categories. I already thought this one through. We would have three possible categories. Category number 1, W. Category number 2, R. Category number 3, L. W category would be for work-related degrees. This means the university promises the student has contractually obligated to provide a job to the student at the end of their tenure in the university in the related field, with the only exception for liability being if the student fails out of it. The expectation for these degrees would be you go into the university for this specialized role, medicine, law, computer science, accounting, all of these kinds of degrees, and at the end, the university is putting you in, it puts you in internships, it lines up jobs for you, it keeps a pulse on the market. That way, the degrees that would take 4, 5, 10 years now should take 2, 3, 4 years instead. because you get rid of all those annoying prerequisites and you put those in community college instead. You make community college part of the public education system. How would that work? It would probably be its own can of worms for that. Our degrees would be for research. Limited liability, limited spots for students who would want to be in these fields for the advancement of technologies or whatever it is. This is where you can have your biology, your neuroscience, all of these like different fields that are for the advancement of the world and research. You would have that, and then L degrees would be for leisure. Leisure degrees are the degrees that you would get entirely for vanity. That means you get the degree and you are not expecting a job of any kind at the end of your tenure. You are purely getting this degree because you want to have the knowledge and nothing else. I would basically make the liability proportional. Work would be 100% liability. Research would be like limited, like upwards to 50% liability. And then leisure would be 0% liability. Meaning, if you get a W degree, and within, let's say, 5 years of you graduating the university, by no fault of your own, you fail to get a job in the required field, the university is 100% liable for fraud. The university can then be sued for fraud. The university defrauded you, they promised you a job in the field if you went into the university, and now they have to pay it back with interest and damages. They have to pay you back for your time. Research degrees, I would say like 50-50. Like, okay, there wasn't enough space, or there was like some other extenuating circumstances, the field became outdated, that kind of stuff. Then the university might have to give you like maybe opportunities or something, maybe not over there. Leisure, you went in knowing that you would not get a job. 0%, the university is not liable if you fail to get a job in this field because you knew from the start that this would not work. That this is not a degree that you would get for the sake, that you would not get for either advancing anything or for working. This was entirely a vanity degree. You put this system in place, keep the universities private, and you would see the entire debt bubble thing that we've had completely collapsed. The hell even goes on in gender studies? Exactly. Leisure degree. Waste of time. Complete wastes of time. That's a leisure degree. Gender studies is you study for 4 years, get in generational debt that you cannot get out of to become more stupid about obvious concepts. To learn, gender studies is the type of degree where you intellectualize reality so much you stop living in it. That's the purpose of gender studies. And the same is with racial studies and with female studies and all these kinds of like grievance degrees. All of them, the entire point is for you to go in and learn how to intellectualize reality to the point that you stop living in it. And that's it. But yeah, this is how I would classify university. Like, I would force them, like, if a degree exists in your university, community college is basically high school part 2, whatever it is. That's where you get your advanced math, your advanced science, whatever it is. After that, university, you have to have these 3. One of these 3, your degree, if your degree does not fall on one of these 3 categories, you cannot have that degree. End of story, full stop. You implement this in the US, the student debt crisis collapses. A bunch of the universities would collapse as well because many of the universities work entirely on this field over on this side over here. And that's it. I think that would fix a lot of the issues. You make the universities liable for fraud, for this kind of thing, and you give them some leeway for this, and you would see the entire problem go away. Anyway.
Asking out of pure curiosity here, what would happen if we would ever assign a city threat level?
How about we don't ask questions we don't ever want to find answers to?
What does limited liability entail? That would be the gray area. the area where like unless it becomes like extenuating circumstance, like there's something completely unforeseeable, but like we were talking about research degrees, that kind of stuff, that these fields you're gonna have limited space, extremely limited space, and it's gonna be basically a very elite kind of thing. So the bar of entry would need to be extremely high. It would have to be for the purposes of research, that kind of stuff. And this liability would be like, okay, did the field need another person like this one? Was it foreseeable? No? Okay, then the university might not be able to be held liable for it completely. It's like a high-risk degree, basically. Where the university would be able to get this, but there would have to, like, the university inversely would have to prove that they have the researchers. Like, this is for the universities where the universities themselves are conducting the research. Like that kind of stuff, you know, like how Harvard, they have their engineers doing research and they are fellowship, like it's fellowship based kind of thing. The kind of degrees that are more fellowship oriented rather than going out in the rest of the workforce. So in those, it would be a highly competitive degree where you would risk like 50-50, you would risk not being able to get your money back if it were to fail by no fault of your own, because it is more based on the field itself and the conditions of it. That kind of stuff. Where the university would be able to argue, okay, but the field, you know, like we advanced enough and we didn't need it, or we hit a roadblock and we had to discard the field, something like that, but entirely like in-house. So sounds bad. Psychology is on its bottom, like have the jobs out there, like insurance companies. Like, this is where I would put it over here. And yeah, insurance companies can be so unbelievably bad about it, but this is where I would put this, right? Like, I would just categorize the three. Like, for research degrees, they would have to be the degrees that are for the purposes of research in the institution that you're in, or any affiliated institutions kind of thing. Like, we're talking Harvard, MIT, Oxford, these kinds of places where there's researchers going on in there. That's what it would be for, which would be a high-risk maneuver for students, but at least they would be told in advance. Because right now, the issue with a lot of university, and this is worldwide, is that these universities do not give the students advance notice. The students go in not knowing what to expect at the end of the line. You give this information to the students, and you will see how many students will be going for the work-based things. Because you keep this as private institutions. You keep them as private institutions. Public education, you can get your associate's degrees, maybe like trade school becomes publicly funded kind of stuff, and you would see so many problems coming from the universities completely go out. Because what happens? This forces the universities to actually start looking at what is wrong with their degrees, what is wrong with the programs that they have, what is wrong with the teachers that they have, kind of stuff. So yeah, no, that's how I would do it. And yeah, anyway.
I mean, what if we do some contractual shenanigans end up going against the associations? I think it'd be a good thing to know ahead of time, just in case.
Seems like a question more than attending to me.
뜬 소문부터 도시의
Let's see if I'm gonna destroy the city.
도시 악몽쯤을 배정받을 것이야.
I suppose you're saying that there's somewhere between urban plague and urban nightmare.
Not SOTC yet, are we?
등급이 붙길 바라는
I'm a sales you want to be given a threat level. It's true that you upon societal to your revival powers and the potential of the identity technology may appear as the provider of troublesome risk. However, you have a very clear and obvious weakness.
Indeed, all of our advantages will be moot upon the manager's death.
Hohenheim slowly turns around to look at me, prompting Faust and the other sinners to follow suit.
저희가 지키면
That is the pathetic. So,
Yeah, start of the city, highest threat level. Yeah, he just said it. Yeah.
자네들이 조우했던 적을
I'm impressed by your optimism given the currents of
자네들의
enemies you have faced so far.
업무
We don't even
보고에서
go so far back in time to discuss the incidents with the fixes Siegfried or Big Brother Ricardo. I read your reports. Should the third sinner suddenly seek to attack the manager with her full might, do you truly believe that the rest of you will be enough to protect them?
Or the asterisk? Yes. That's allowed in the city. There you go.
No, the flow of this world is that the manager will be persevered. The flow of this world is that the manager will be preserved, and no such thing may come to pass.
The flow, huh?
거기까지만 말하시죠.
That's enough, Hohenheim. Any future divulgence, and Faust will open a disciplinary committee to discuss the consequences of your careless words.
아직도인가?
Not there yet, early.
아무튼
Very
자네들도
well. Whatever is the case, you do have the potential to become a star of the city threat at some point in the future. But do remember that it would be best if you could avoid that unfortunate designation.
물론 모든 것은
And
림버스
please
컴퍼니가
don't forget that it's only true so long as you have Limbus Company's backing.
Oh. Is it now? So in such a pissy way, like they are complete rivals. Like they hate each other enough they wouldn't even hate fuck. Foreshadowing is a literary advice? Yes. They had can't assign that. Associations, well, that's nice. Alright, let me refill my water bottle and then we do this one. Let me refill my water bottle. Oh, this is it! This is it, okay. Okay. Canard, urban myth, legend, plague, nightmare, star the city, and impurity. Okay, so we are pretty high up. We are pretty high up there. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Just refill this water bottle. There we go. Just close the bottle of water. My bottle of water. We're gonna do that. All right, here we go. All right. There we go. All right, with that, let's do this. Let's enter with this team, and let's go. Average level is 46. Who is weak? Right. Let's bring I could change. Yeah, we're not gonna use her. We're not gonna use her. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yes. Or 46. Yes.
검진도 마지막 단계를 향해 가고 있고
We're almost done with the regular checkup. Finally, we have a chance for you to become a visitor based on what you have learned thus far. Actually, the last one is called Impuritas Civitatis.
There you go.
나의 가설을 증명할
And for me,
기회를
to prove my hypothesis.
What hypothesis is he talking about?
걱정은 하지 말게.
No need to worry, my hypothesis has never been wrong, most of the time.
Very on call, so I came back late. Wholesome cultists, welcome back. It's okay, it's okay. IRL comes first. These will go on the YouTube channel. IRL comes first, so don't worry about it. There's more to it, I don't know. It's like how responded to that, I know, right?
이번 실험은
This experiment is entirely of my own design and supervision.
오로지 연구자의 호기심도
And I will faithfully follow my own pure curiosities and instincts as a researcher.
이 사람
Guys, I have a feeling we're not gonna like where this goes.
여기 모노리스가 보이지?
Now, do you see this monolith there?
Yeah, NMC. Start looking into becoming a journalist, for fuck's sake. Anyway.
보여요.
Yeah,
아주 잘 보이는데.
it's a monolith, alright, but...
아, 안심하게.
Don't you worry, my researchers will be the ones to activate the artifact.
We're distorting them, aren't we? We're distorting them, aren't we?
Well, yeah, actually, the alpha,
자네에게 하진 않을
not on
거니까
you. Relax.
이 실험에 지원자가 있지
I
않을
understand that
거라는
none of you would be willing participants of this experiment.
So what if you're gonna force us to the start saying that we have no right to refuse or something? I'm gonna... Yeah, hang on. I can't hear you do that. Even if you're resistant.
굳이 보내야
Yes,
한다면
Premium Us, we are willing to say that we consider among us for...
아닙니다.
forget I said that.
제가 실언을 했습니다.
That was foolish of me to say.
You were about to toss Yi Sang in, weren't you? It is good to see that you're getting a little more humility, Otis. True strength comes from that. You would know better.
내 스스로가 실험 제가
I will be the subject of the experiment myself.
지금 스스로
You're going to
본인을 뒤틀리게 만들겠다는 소리
destroy yourself? Am I hearing you right?
궁금하지 않나?
And you're curious to see what kind of distortion you'll end up becoming? I'm sure this is a question you all have entertained at least once.
No?
No, I ain't curious. It ain't a very pleasant experience either.
Yeah, because Heathcliff found out. Heathcliff found out. So, immediately throwing Yi Sang under the bus. I wonder if she would have done the same if it was Sinclair, though. First-hand experience.
보득거리며 말하지 말게나.
Stop gritting your teeth like that, assistant. It will have the best effect on your long-term mental health.
What if we just end up turning into a Peccatulum? You could end up becoming a Peccatulum, just another one further to the slaughter away through the tests earlier. You're risking that.
확실히 그렇게 될 수도 있겠지.
It is indeed a possibility.
Oh, now Faust is all the way in. Like, Faust is all in now. Like, now that we say that, Faust is gonna be like, okay, let's stop fucking around. Let's just get started. Again, psychology for now catches more attention. Okay, fair enough. How to totally do morally correct things. With psychology, though. I thought psychology was learning to understand the human mind, though. Guide on the game channel. It says it's alright. Go ahead, cultist. Catch you around. Have a good one.
그럼 나는 딱 거기까지
It will
했던 거야.
signify nothing more than my very own limitations.
이도 저도 아닌.
Just a mediocre shell.
그러면 여기 있는
If such an
직원들이
incident
나를
comes to pass,
격리시켜주지.
these employees will transfer me to a containment unit. We've been made better than what kind of Peccatulum I would turn into.
팀장님은 탐식에 저는
Iberangole,
이쪽은
Ion Invidia, and Aaron Pigditae. We all fortified our positions.
하지만 아무리 그래도
How could you?
단순하게 생각해
Think about it like this. If I were to become a Peccatula, it would be akin to losing a game of chance.
We're like Soma levels of this over here.
물론
Of course, what counts as a loss may depend on my life, the precise time considerably losing, but the mere fact of turning to
내
Peccatulum
삶의 가치는
leaves me of any value of life.
I'd say he was being too hard on himself, but that felt like too simple an expression to describe his tone.
회사는 죄정이 된 나를 격리실로 옮기고
Company
싶어
would
했지만
most likely attempt to transfer me to a containment unit, but I disagree with that decision. I would like to ask you to dispose of me on the spot.
나는 기질적으로
I'm well aware that I'm not the kind of congenial person who answers the favor at first meeting, if at all. I also don't believe that the best relationship has been the most amicable kind. Therefore, I see little reason why you would hesitate to cut me down.
Just because I don't like you doesn't mean I want you dead. Yeah, you know, when I said that he uses, like, he's the type to use 4chan, Reddit, Twitter, and Blue Sky, I am starting to lean into he's more and more into the Blue Sky and Reddit side of things, where slight dislike of a person is more than enough reason to want them dead. Why not? Because human beings have inherent value in their lives. Even in this dystopian world, they all have value. And you are providing a very valuable thing to Limbus Company and to humanity as a whole. Yeah, no. Standing comes law manipulation. I'm going to draw a master font. Lovely. Bloody Marlin and V. Annalise on Sloth. Yep.
Of course, sinners will into cards like this young Sinclair may be explicit in the states of the decision. Once I become a Picatulum, this may as well be to the whole line. The entity has ceased to be. So I hope no unnecessary emotions execute clouds your judgment in killing the Picatulum, a mere byproduct.
What Picatulum would I be? I want to say sloth. I don't know.
But what if something unexpected happens? We're talking about your life here. Don't you have any manuals with backup plans or?
This is a very simple matter, nothing more than a coin flip, heads or tails.
The Great Mountain? Oh god, no. Sloth 100%? I am very lazy. I love doing what I do, but I am very lazy. I am very lazy. Or at least I consider myself to be.
It appears that you are still insisting on your absurd 50-50 theory.
I am a researcher who wishes to humiliate the field of mathematical statistics, unlike you, the general lay of the academia.
That's the fortune and Twitter. He's got main character syndrome. That's the fortune Twitter of him. Super gamers will be doing. Oh my god. Yeah, no, he's like, yeah, he's just chronically online, just like the other Fausts. There you go.
I believe there is a certain romanticism to research. It's more and more exciting to run as many tests and get as many samples as we can than to be stuck behind a desk, pulling in out of the books and papers, isn't it?
I like my job. Happiness to dozens, 50-50. Isn't that like a Max Verstappen kind of thing? I mean, he does have the blue. He does have the blue on him, so maybe. Surrounding experience change ways. There you go. Very, 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 very Nurgle of you.
If it fails, then you may dispose of me immediately. And employees here will take care of the rest. Don't forget to destroy the key inside the coat pocket and the files inside the cabinets, for example.
Yes, we remember.
If files are successfully restored, we will be halfway to success. Now, for the first time, I'm feeling quite envious of you all. I wish I could be a witness to my very own destruction. If you've been paying attention to my lectures, perhaps you could even come up with a classification code for my destruction too, going by the standards we had discussed earlier. Not that I have a very high expectation that it would. I recently come to the realization that people nodding along to my words is not a signifier of comprehension, but instead an expression of societal niceties.
He's gonna be pride. Nods. They fortify your social position.
Then the manager here will open the entrance to my dungeon of fathoms. And we will progress through the middle dungeon as you have always done when facing a distortion, to reach into its deepest fathoms to face my distortion once again.
I will try that, Pedro.
I wish you the best of luck in your suppression efforts.
Access action.
And once you've made it that far, it is likely you will find me unconscious, or if luck would have it, conscious.
Unconscious? Are you sure it's safe? Sir, the gloom, second one is bribery.
A degree of case-by-case variance is to be expected. It may take some time for full recovery, but if that will happen, so you succeed.
Take a section, yeah.
여러분들이 상대하셨던
That reminds me,
김사카시라는
that's
분도
how this
이렇게
bamboo-headed Kim has brought back as well. We fortified his position.
김삿갓.
Bamboo-headed
그
Kim!
돌아왔나?
He's recovered!
저희가 안전하게
He's safely contained within our facilities.
모노리스 가동
Well, it
끝나면
seems like we're ready to activate the monolith.
상담하는데
I'm confident that the distortion will require the acceptance of specimen.
Yep, Kim is here. Yep.
정말 이렇게
Hey! She's like that?
최종은 되지 않으셨네요.
You're not the Pelacatulum. Dude.
And I
그들의 소리는
can still hear them.
여전히
Yes, I remember. I still do. 돌아오실 분이라는 건 믿고 있지만
I know he'll be back, but
꽤 떨리네요.
gosh, this is pretty unnerving. I must fortify my position.
Resting over there. Nice. Don't worry. We'll bring him back no matter what.
관리자님이 반드시
The
데려오겠다고
manager says
말하시네요.
that we will bring him back no matter what, against my personal judgment.
든든하네요.
Sure sounds like a dependable sort.
이걸
This manager of
부탁드리겠습니다.
yours. Very well. Please take a look at this.
Is this a note? Did he write us tips on how to do this or something?
거기 적힌 걸
He
뒷뜰
says
자기
that
앞에서
all you have to
읽어주면
do is read
된대요.
what's on that note in front of this distortion. Apparently some kind of
하셨어요.
a code.
I don't think you'll be hearing anything but ticking noises from me. Can you read this, Mersault? Oh, it will be done as you commanded. Mersault nodded, then began to read the words from the note aloud. Oh, lobotomy confirmation, 5 minutes, potentially anticipation, right hand. The moment Mersault uttered them, the all too familiar portal began to appear around Hohenheim's distortion, as though they were a key to a door. Dwarf Forder is gonna let me think of a name. What should you call it? Oh, shit. Caps lock. Random adjective generator. Random noun generator. Random adjective. Naughty. Random noun. Generate. The, let's try again. The naughty parsnip. There you go. Congratulations. You got yourself a tavern name. The naughty parsnip. There you go. That was easy, wasn't it? Wasn't it? That's just how you make taverns. You're welcome. Naughty sociology, the naughty pelt, or the naughty whisper. There you go. GG. You see? I made it for you. That would be $700 for the consultation fee, please. Name generator, yes. Naughty whisper, oh my. Yeah, I don't think that's the type of tavern you would want, yes. Scattering shards of familiar yet alien sights appeared intermittently beyond the shimmering veil. Hohenheim had already entered the portal as we stood there gawking, but we could still hear his voice echoing through the laboratory.
보여주고 싶지 않았던
I suppose I'll be forced to share my past here. The past I never wanted to share. The past no one cares to learn about.
실험을 위해서는 감내해야 하는
It is something I must endure for the sake of this experiment. However,
모든 걸 드러낼
I
필요가
needn't
없겠지.
expose every little detail of it.
어차피
It's all in the past now anyway, isn't it?
Oh, this soundtrack reminds me of... Lower correction ST. This soundtrack reminds me of Zero Escape, the Nonary games. Nonary games has a very similar soundtrack to this. Oh my god. The answer from now on shall be named there you go. Oh my god. Yeah, like Zero Escape, that is one of the games that I really want to play in this channel. Once we grow the channels a little bit more, I really want to play this game with y'all. One of my favorite storytelling ever seen in a game. They take branching storylines and they do something so incredible with it. I really want to play this game with y'all. Anyway, let's do this. Zone language systems, there you go. Alright, Hohenheim's Fathoms, let's go. We're at the starting point of the Dungeon of the Fathoms. We found ourselves in a room that appears to be a workshop of EGO gears. If you have scored below 100% synchronization rate in the aptitude test, take only a single EGO from here. An ominous warning sign greets us all, and the same words repeat ceaselessly from the speaker. The sinners all go to take a look, enticed by the sign telling us that we can pick up EGO gears here. But what we find there are EGO gifts.
What? These ain't EGO gears. These are them gifts or something, right?
Yeah, there's the EGO manifest here in the shape of EGO gifts. Yeah, can't we just take them all? It is a mirror dungeon of the Fathoms that differs from the usual mirror dungeons. Highly advisable that rules are followed. What should we do? The combat boots with spiky bits on them! That's gonna be bleed, and we's doing bleed now, boys! Take the combat boots with spiky bits on them. One seems to be suited for the situation we're in. We take the spiked combat boots EGO gift. Ah, it's ruptured! Anyway, let's go for the lower one. Hohenheim's Fathoms. Alright. Let's, Blood Fiends do Rupture. Right. Burn Rupture. I see. I see. It's alright. It's alright. Very nice. Very nice. There we go. Greg Rod, etc. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. What's going on in them? Good. It appears that I can censor these with my own will, at least to a degree. Your mission here is to classify my distortion, reach the end of this dungeon of the Fathoms, and bring me back. Your mission, however, does not involve digging into my past. This is, It appears that we have a passing familiarity with this place. Silent Company faction, yes.
You us?
What is that they seek to convey? I don't believe any level of proper communication will be feasible, given that you are in a dungeon of the Fathoms.
Well, then do something about it.
I regret to tell you that the setting of this dungeon is out of my hands. Had it been up to me, I would have manifested a place that was much more fascinating than this, like the library fabled to have every book in existence. You still work for the Lobotomy Corporation? One of my past careers, yes. Library and lobotomy, okay. Us! Us! Diplomacy did not seem to be an option here. The censored people brandished their weapons threateningly and stood in our path. Looks like we're gonna have to take them down if we want to make any progress here. It can't be helped. Let's get ready for a fight. Alright. Oh boy. There they are. Alright, let's start with these. Go team! There you go. Yeah, I should have gone for the burn instead, because we have some burn on these. A scary mirror dungeon. I can see that, yeah. With coin power, I look forward to it. Creating a leverage operation. We'll see if I can. I don't think I will though, but we'll see. Light motifs, nice. Oh, there you go, Ryosh. There you go, Ryosh. Oh, she doesn't have her after images just yet. Nice. Alright, next round. You. Let's give you one of these. Give you one of these, and these. There we go. We're trying to build up that sweet, nice. Hell yeah. They're carrying like what's it called, like iron rods with concrete on them, right? So this would be probably during Lobotomy Corporation. So we can see. Ooh, he lost. There you go. Not anymore. GG. Same stuff. Nice. 30 years in the past. Nice. Alright, let me just roll a die to see which one are we going up or down. Just grab a die. High, low. High it is. Hohenheim's Fathoms. We came across a group of researchers passionately poring over various documents. They're having a debate about two subjects, emotions and flame. Regular flames don't seem to hurt the abnormalities very much, so why does this work, I wonder? Perhaps a greater degree of wrathful emotions opens the room to the fire's heat to touch abnormalities and distortions, both entities of the unknown. They must have noticed us listening in to the conversation. Intently, one of them approaches us with a glint in their eyes. Are you the sample who's agreed to this experiment? If so, try this on. In the researcher's hands was what looked like an ignition plug or a testing machine of sorts. Fuck it, Weeball! We're the samples. Wrath lost. Who makes it? Honglu. Yes. GG. Oh, what an incident! Oh no, what is the reaction? These insignifications, I thought it was Honglu. Maybe the researcher liked what they saw. After scribbling their observations into various papers, the researcher let Honglu go. Honglu took off the gear and presented it before the researcher to return it. They simply shook their head in response. The gear seems fit you perfectly. Take it with you. Reignition plug contained. We heal. Oh, there we go. We undo the damage. Ooh. Earn deal 20%. Ooh. Okay, so this is really helping us for the burn. All right, go for the middle one. Let's go. Half an hour left.
그런데 이 사람
So, how do we know this guy is sexually distorted?
말하는 것만 들어서는
He doesn't sound any different from his usual self.
The sanity degradation due to distortion affects every subject differently.
Well, I mean, yeah, but censoring his own fathoms. But Hohenheim, you're in the dungeon of the fathoms. We will see through it without his powers whether you want to show us or not. You make a fair assessment. How about this then? If you are to see them anyway, allow me to save you the trouble and give you a quick rundown instead. Come visit me as soon as you finish watching my tale. This tale began when that man walked into my laboratory.
That's all it took for Honglu to give you like this offhanded comment? Oh my god.
Yes, I had a personal laboratory all to myself. One of the few perks of being an elite researcher.
Scott's just telling us the story however he wants to, isn't he?
And he wouldn't be doing this if you had stopped him and prevented him from distorting! If you had stepped in and distorted himself, this would not be a problem! The fault lies within you! Ishmael!
Aim. Mr. Hohenheim. Let me think. I don't quite remember what he looked like. Something like this, perhaps? Whichever the case, I was planning to censor his appearance anyway.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about something.
Stop. Are you here to express your displeasure with me?
Oh, what now?
If you are, do let me know from the get-go. I have a feeling it's about time this will happen in 3 months. No bad record for working with our court-based conflict. That's about quitting, then you will find a much better audience among the human resources team.
That's where the women are.
아니 그게 아니라
No, I mean, I'm just here to thank you. I beg him, I'm dude from the back streets to work here. I heard it was you who made the hiring decision.
뭐랄까
I don't know how to put this, but you're the only one who saw my, what's the word? My potentiality. You saw something that no one's scared to look into before, you know what I mean?
당연하지만
But I had nothing to do with something so grandiose like his potentiality.
나에게는 그저
A wing does not hire people from the back streets for something so insignificant.
대외적으로 알려진 적은
While this information has never been publicly available, Lobotomy Corporation's primary criterion was trauma. Candidates with horrible, insurmountable trauma were often favored by the company.
그러다 보니
And in an indirect way, it was only natural that they would begin to favor candidates who originate from the back streets.
Your greetings are acknowledged in me, and feel free to leave my office.
이름 그거 아닌데요.
I'm Jimmy.
그런데 호에나임 씨는
Anyways, I've been meaning to ask Mr. Ona, why you always enjoy being alone?
놀랍게도 나는 혼자서도 시간을 잘
Nick is a surprise to you, but I'm very adept at spending my time on my own. It's one of the hundreds of distinguishing features that set me apart from ordinary men.
It's a fucking hermit. Fan on potentially fancy with a sprint dice. Can be reason.
있잖아요.
Say, don't you need some like, loyal right arm man?
내 오른팔은 잘
My right hand is doing just fine, thank you very much.
호에나임 씨는
You believe in potentialities, Zona.
지금 봐도 정말
What an
사람
unrelentingly
같은
stubborn employee he was, even in hindsight.
저는 당신 덕택에 믿어.
Thanks to you, I
그래서
do.
이런 생각도
And I've
하고
been
있어요.
thinking, if I keep at it, one day I may even find myself living in a large in a nest, changing my world little by little.
그렇게 저 같은 게
Kind of like how a thing like me managed to snag a position here at Lobotomy Corporation.
그래서
So I'm thinking here, I want to stick around your circle.
나 같은 유능한
The
연구원은
league about such drastic changes to one's life is in the realm of feasibility for an exceptional researcher like myself indeed. You are, like most of the rabble, painfully average in most qualities and therefore unlikely to be moving forth in that sense.
나는 보편적
I have no faith in
가능성이
universal
아니라
things like potentialities. I have faith in myself and myself alone. Besides, I am not very partial to mathematical statistics like the probability theory anyway.
Tanya the Evil.
그러니 오른팔 왼팔도
So, I would
스스로
like to
관찰하게
keep both my right and left hands as my own. Have a nice day.
그거 아세요?
Want to know something about me?
제가 말이죠.
I'm the kind of guy who doesn't really think about things. Action before deliberation, you get me?
생각 없는 자유분방함이라.
I thought listen carefully. Possibly the only merit to be found in those who originate from the back streets.
So the Heathcliff reminded you of him.
아, 아니면
Oh, is that a thinly veiled threat or physical assault?
아,
No. I'm talking about the new Avno. It just got shipped here.
관리법이 조금
It's a tricky one to manage, I tell you. Read your mind, screwing up all kinds of strategies or whatever, as long as it's based on hard logic. Peak Mitch, Tiny was a really good as a guy.
올해 최우수 부서
Why, Shiver Department, you're what? Together?
자네
You seem to be very skilled in the art of transactions.
Fuck, I should have given it a Trump voice.
뒷골목 출신의
A
유일한
few
장점
marriages around those who originate from the back streets. I will admit, I suppose I was overcome by a certain ennui back then. There's a Kai, a little bit of Blends, Magic Knowledge, so cool, yeah. I haven't finished the, like, I only watched the first season so far, but I really need to watch it. And in hindsight, it was foolish of me to engage in such inane conversations.
You let us.
The remnants of my past come to haunt us. Perhaps it is I whom they truly wish to hurt. There we go. Go team! It's your turns. You. Oh, damn. You and you. Go team, go! The censored memories and everything is so cool. Oh my god. I think at this rate we might be able to get to Undertale and are we there yet in July? Like mid-July, I think, at the rate we've been going. Because good thing is, even after the full-time experiment, our gaming sessions for this will stay about the same amount of time, so at least in that sense we'll be fine. Like the gaming after show for non-Wednesday is gonna stay the same. That's the only one that is staying untouched. So, yes. Let's see. Nice. Alright. See the next one. Here we go. Another one! Longer than the previous. Yeah, we have to counter for as well. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. If they are, then we'll just lock in, okay? We'll make sure to lock in and get as little sidetracked as possible. We'll try to not get as sidetracked as much. Is longer than okay. So finally here, the Department of the Year award.
Indeed, I have finally done it. With some minor assistance from you, of course, and some other employees.
You're doing this full-time experiment, which is pretty neat. Yeah, we got it to there, yeah. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I love it. I love it. So, yeah. Like, the full-time experiment was the last, like, 2 months we've been doing. Like, this has been the last year. Year or so, like year 3 months that we've been doing the LFAs where the channel has really been taking off. I love it. Yeah, it's a lot of stages, yeah. Yeah, don't you notice that no more employees are saying hello, good morning, and what have you in the hallways compared to when your reputation was a bit, you know, it's all because that good of right-hand man.
I will admit that your intuitive and spontaneous style of some assistance when it came to identifying certain observations of abnormalities.
But I can't consider salary, but it's start for something. Yeah, that's the point of the experiment. I would love to get there, but you know, eventually, I'm just not gonna stop. So yeah, especially anybody in the capital. I live in the suburbs, so yeah. Yeah, American Heath voice. You already gave him this voice, so yeah. Longest to canto inless. It's the potentiality I was talking about, man. The same thing you saw in me when you decided to get me on board. Well, the apologies for ruining the moment, but yikes, I love it here, dude. I love it here. I live in the suburbs a little bit. I already have a full-time job, so it's only a matter of time. And the good thing is that YouTube and online, you get to earn in dollar. And you get to earn, like, the frame of reference for money on YouTube is based on, like, the US, the UK, Australia, which is a considerably higher cost of living than Hungary. So, oh yeah, me having home office is the greatest blessing of all time. Yeah. The next few years quickly and busily flew by without much trouble. Of course, we picked up ourselves a few more Department of the Year awards, some promotions, and some collaborative researchers. That is not the suburbs. Heath just carries him. Alright, there you go. Yet all things must come to an end. is primarily going to be in native speaker regions. So yeah, that's a huge plus. Yeah, that too. That too. The infamous fall of Lobotomy Corporation, for one.
Yes!
So I don't suppose you have any trouble hazarding what they're all telling me, even if the words come out fragmented.
You left us!
Nothing but words of endless resentment.
Left us behind!
All of the former Corp was his fault.
Oh, I remember what Miss Yuri told us. So I crumble in an instant, trapping the employees in there with the abnormalities.
Well, where's the sound? Oh, structure's squeaking. What the hell is...
Initiate inside burial in 100 seconds. Any remaining employees must immediately evacuate the structure. Counting down. 95, 94.
Escape pods and so is right here. There's only one seat left. They say the next one is 5 minutes.
Listen closely. At the risk of sounding rather callous, I must inform you that the chance of survival in such crises as such is usually granted only to a very small minority of those affected.
Got to one up a little bit, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we knew that Lobotomy Corporation was like a bunker kind of thing. Is it under a lake?
Some who prioritize the families, the process, necessary primitive methods such as drawing lots to see who gets to escape, and more than bad groups, the survival will be the side of normal, the rule of might. However, I am glad to find myself among those who are on the side of intelligence. So I take this argument as suggestion before you. Compare yourselves, whose sole final purpose in life is clinging to your medieval officers and making good on your debt payments. And me, who has produced several groundbreaking, epochal theses and research results at such an early age.
First warning in the background, yeah.
Whose life in your eyes is greater worth.
Yes. And this is how this tale ends. The compound collapsed 90 seconds later. I left the employees of my department behind and boarded the escape pod elevator and survived.
How could you? Without even a hint of remorse.
Wrath is a hideous emotion. I am here today only because I have always maintained a cold, rational head. The L-Corp branch within Hohenheim's Dungeon of the Fathoms begins to crumble. It almost appeared as though his heart was crumbling as well. Now that it's over with, I invite you to come face me, the distortion. The experiment will come to an end.
But just fighting and defeating distortion and fight. I don't think they'll bring him back. I just know it. I agree. We're still in deep waters here. Just can't possibly be all there is to it.
You have to humble him first! Alright, we got like 15 minutes left. Okay. Ah, fuck. Okay. Fine, we're going a little bit longer. Hohenheim's Fathoms, let's go. See the Fey Lantern within the containment unit. A cyan-hued fairy flutters towards the wiry, ancient branches of the tree and softly lands on one of them. Branches seeding the fairy ways. The branch seeding the fairy sways, as though to entice us to get closer to them. Bright, countless yellow eyes glimmer from the shadows beneath its roots. What a beautiful specimen, this Fey Lantern. Have you finished your observations? We've been learning a lot about the abnormality recently. There's still a lot of unknowns, but still, I don't think we're gonna have time for this today. It's gonna be more than doing in one sitting. Alright, fine. I'm gonna give up to half an hour, extra half hour. Guys, what did you give to you from the Fey Lantern? Midwinter Nightmare. Right on money, you know your Fey Lantern, but that's not all. Recently, we've been giving these things too. Take this with you, I'm just glad to have run into kindred soul. You receive a bony twig. It seems to have some directives from the itself. More rupture! Lovely. Alright, let's go. Okay, straight up, W. James trivia. It just sounded like it made more sense. Oh, Pegatula, is it now, bruv? All right, you here, and you here. There we go, team, go! Win rate to save time. We might do that, yeah. Ah, you fell for my trap card. Yeah, we're gonna probably do win rate after this. Nice. Nice. Come on, team. Come on. Nice. Nice. I think we're gonna have one left, I think. 2 left. Ooh, Ryoshu! Center on target is staggered and mean radiating. Yeah. Looks like that won't be a necessity. Well. There we go. GG. Knowing when rain rate does that, I mean, that's why we have the erections for things. Alright. Let's go the lower route. Let's go. Get more salty, Gio. Do you give up? Jarvidius, welcome today. Yes. Win rate! Go! That what? Nice. 110 points, so it would seem. Let's go, Pity. There we go. There we go. Ration ones, break one. There was a 13,000 lunacy. Jesus. All right, team, go! Finish them off, please. Want to get to the end of this dungeon. Hopefully before 11:30. I don't want to go to sleep too late. I have groceries that I need to get delivered tomorrow. That are getting delivered tomorrow. Nice. Come on. Honglu, you can do this. Ooh, tanky fucker. There we go. Come on, Yizang, please, please, please. There we go. Heathcliff. Okay, there we go. Hopefully. Extraction tickets. Okay. Not too bad then. Alright, I think that's it. There you go, GG. 1 turn. Let's go. Let's go. Several messy, frantic letters are carved into the wall with knives. I can practically feel the sheer horror and desperation of the writers from the wild letters. Upon close inspection, the deep marks tell a tale written in terror. They're swarming us, the monsters, I hear them breathing, they're gonna kill us all. Save me, please, someone, anyone save me, I don't want to die, please. Fear is what drives men to madness. The monsters are near, I can feel the rumble of their feet, they're coming. There are unfinished sentences written on the wall. Death has carved deep marks between them. Look around some more! Alright. Ooh, Heathcliff. Oh, okay. Alright, Heathcliff. Or... oh no, Yusang. There you go. Safe bet. Safe bet because of that! Suddenly Yisang points near in the wall. There's a small crack between the countless scribbles and widows. I carefully reach my hand at the opening and I can feel... aha! You feel the tip of my fingers brushing against a card. Someone must have hidden it there. This might come handy later. Nice. Operation authorization card. Ooh. Now it retreats or is defeated randomly. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be very useful. Hohenheim's Fathoms. Let's go. Let's go. We arrived at the entrance to Hohenheim's laboratory.
그것이 마지막 주시가 될 수도 있다고 생각.
This may be my final order to you.
나를 제압해서
Either suppress
권력을
me and return safe sound to where you came from, or fail the suppression, place me in a containment unit. Perhaps we can observe what happens next.
That's when Heathcliff suddenly strode forward.
Madam, you still believe in that potentiality? I do. That's what keeps me going. You only hire researchers for the factories, don't you? I heard of them earlier. They told me you're a right pompous bloke, but thanks to you, I can continue research and believe that there might be things in the world that's worth working toward.
Oh. Alright, team.
Right now.
Alright, team. Let's do this. I believe in y'all, team. Oh my god, so load of purple. Let's go, team. Was interesting? Yeah, that was a nightmare. I can imagine. Kind of the idea, right? He's brutal. Well, let's not get hit by him then. Let's not get hit by him then. There you go, Yi-Sang. Very nice. Nice. God, the after images are so cool. There you go. Come on, Ryoshu, make it past. Nice. Ooh, that's a big hit. There you go, and some extra kicking for ya. Getting hit is a problem. There's probably more to it. Oh god, yeah, he's got Phantom Trace. No, that's from... What is this? Subject of Observation. Oh no. I don't like how this is looking like. Alright, you here, you here, you here, you here. Alright, team! Let's make it a status effect. Shit, I should have. Come on. At least we're getting some excited fellers around here. Nice. Nice. Come on, team. We can do this. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Yeah, that reading is very good. Tibia. There we go. I'm just curious to see what it does. Alright. Next one. Oh god, we did the for the wrong one. Fuck. And Heathcliff comes in with the... Alright, let's see. That looks like sinking. Let's see. Stag, it will start with another user takes deal damage. Okay. Deal. Okay. Alright. Ooh, he's trying to defend himself, is he? Alright, team. Let's make sure he don't benefit none from it. Come on. Damage when you hit him. Yup. Very unfortunate. Seems how, yep. Eat your sanity. Yup. There we go. Oh, so depressed Rodia might have been a good good one for this. Like sad Rodia and depression bullet Ryoshu might have been a good one for this. Nice. Oh. He has gathered enough data. Well, we sure as shit haven't. Actually. Ooh. 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 Let's see, how much attack power? That's a lot of, Should we, Bode Love Corp? Scary move. Give Sand EGO. Oh, still hopeless, even with the EGO. Ooh. I need to win. Shit. Shit, I think it's because Yi Sang's EGO is not upgraded. Tank it. We might need to tank. I mean, I don't think we have a choice. I don't think we have a choice. Let's try and evade. Let's try and we're not gonna evade with Ryoshu. And yeah, I guess Rodia, you take it. Yeah, the EGO has 17 power, it's not enough. It is not upgraded. Rodia EGO, I didn't have enough resources for it. Where is he? Here we go. If we can bring it down. Shit, there we go. That was not very comfortable. There we go. Oh, see it through the ceiling? Oh yeah! Yeah, you can, okay. An insignificant detail to him, yeah. Oh! Relation of our words? Well, I guess we were able to tank it, yeah. Come on, Ryoshu. Nice. Okay, that's a stagger, I think. What plagues your mind, manager? Your suppression efforts seem to be smooth sailing. Exactly what I've seen, manager. Save your fires. It's a sword and seal anything of you. Doubly have committed any wrong escaping the place alone, leaving the fear dear. Of course. From a moral standpoint. Look at that from the spirit manager, especially when you were aware that in the city such a perspective is entirely irrelevant and worthless. I can feel his gaze on me. Like he said, his oppression is going well, but this feels wrong. I shouldn't do it like this. What should I tell him? What is Hohenheim trying to hide from us? You are running away from something. Another side of the story. There is another side to that story you've told me. Which one do y'all recommend? You know, do you feel I did what's wrong? Which he definitely is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be haunting him. Get C1 because you killed him too fast. Oh. Bottom one? Let's give it the bottom one. Like, think of the other side. Files relate my words to Hohenheim. Another side of the story is it? Needn't is quite feasible. You are correct. That another side is what often gets lost in the process of serving. Okay. Speaking from a consequential point of view, perspective provided about one's memory is not of nature. Even in the fathoms, the deepest part of one's heart, where many believe there lies nothing but empirical absolute truth, we are still capable of lying. Fascinating, isn't it? They call it metacognitive error. Some call it unconscious bias as well. I see. You argue that the story I have shown you was simply a fabrication. Indeed, I have not shared many perspectives from my employees, but there is no way by which may verify them. Anyway, so obvious why this is. They're all buried in the ground, reeved even for the final words. Finally understand at least to a degree what Virgilius and Don Quixote had been telling me. Though there was nothing to call him the human face remaining in the distorted form, they got caught a glimpse of loneliness from Hohenheim's expression. There we go. Damage! Oh my god, yeah, Otis took the brunt of it. Go, team! Go! Get your revenge! There you go. Death. Yep. But we'll be fine. GG. GG.
지상으로 가는 탈출용 포트가 왔어요.
Escape pods just over here. There's only one Nancy left. Say that Nathan's in 5 minutes.
I
내 가능성을 보고
Look, I don't actually believe you hired me because you saw my potential or something like that.
하지만
But I want to believe that you found your hope and potentialities because of me.
계속 노력하다 보면
A hope and anticipation that we can make things better as long as we keep at it.
I can't leave you all behind. I can't just save my own skills without everyone.
오른팔의 역할이란 게 원래
It's
이런
what a
거잖아요.
right-hand man does, isn't it?
당신이 발견한 내
Take
가능성을
my
가지고
potentiality you found and rise. Take it with you to the surface.
You, how about you?
뭐 언젠가는
Well, maybe next time. Some other time.
Trust is a hideous emotion. That is why I did nothing at the entrance of that plant. Only remembering, nothing more. Remembering the ones I left behind.
I can sense the dungeon of the Fathom slowly beginning to close. Sometime later.
I return safe and sound.
잘 돌아오셨네요, 팀장님.
Welcome back, boss. We have fortified this position.
To be frank, once wished to be someone like yourself, Heathcliff.
What are you talking about? We don't want Heathcliff to be like Heathcliff. Sorry, I just hit my keyword.
세상을 숫자 노릇만
Guess it's not easy to put my faith not in games of numbers, but in those slimest potentialities of the world and continue to exist.
비록 연구원답진
I know it's not babysitting or researcher to be solved, but it's quite a romantic attitude for a human to embody, is it not?
내 실험은 이로써 끝났네.
Well, experiment is over. It was
성공이었지?
huge success, all thanks to us, huh?
아니,
No, it
실패했네.
was a failure.
스스로를 믿는 것만
I had established this hypothesis that the sole answer was to hold a firm belief in oneself and nothing else.
만일 내 가설이
Had my
성공했다면
hypothesis
나는
been correct, I would have remained a distortion.
He wanted to stay a distortion. Gerbranch with his bare hands, the boy is very starting to breathe. Yup.
그럼 이렇게 마르겠네.
Thus, I would like to extend my gratitude to all of you. Thank you for making me fail.
내 뒤틀림에 불리는
Seems that the classification of this classroom is HEATHCLIFF with you. Disappointingly mediocre, but
어쩌긴
I don't suppose it can be helped.
결국 세상
The world is a place where we must find a ray of potentiality among the mediocre after all.
이제 이동하죠.
Let us move on now.
Mephistopheles
Mephistopheles is prepared to depart.
Hohenheim's researchers waved at us.
언젠간
Well, meet again, right?
No, thank you.
모든 것엔 다 끝이 있는
Everything has an end, so do consider this to be our final meeting. And your last exchange. Each guy.
Last thing we saw before the portal activated were the LCE researchers pushing up their glasses in our general direction. Though I'd only taken a step or two, the entire world around us seemed to transform, landing us back inside the transportation instrument. Pride? He was Pride? There you go. I predicted it. Now that I think about it, we didn't even get to learn why Gregor's bones made those cracking noises. All we learned from this experience is that the sinners have all become mediocre, but each held certain potentialities within themselves. Each of us mulling over the events at the LCE, we returned to the bus where Karen and Virgilius were waiting for us.
어때 딸?
And with that, Intervallo. Oh, no mini in between. Intervallo 5 number 1 is done. GG, everybody. Back to Karen we go. Yeah, let me just do this. And yeah, with that, nocturnal sweeping, we're finally gonna find out what those are, I think. And yeah, with that, we're gonna be calling it a night. I am late. I mean, we only took like 10 minutes, so GG's, everybody. And Oatmeal, thank you for the €2. It's kind of a fan favorite. I can see why. Very layered. Very layered. And yeah, Monday we're gonna be continuing this. Once again, everybody, if you missed anything today, you want to catch up to the full playthrough, it all goes to the Games Are Bastard channel. So make sure you are subscribed and everything. And with that, we're gonna be calling it a night. I need to go to sleep. I need to go render the videos and everything. But yeah. We'll be back tomorrow with the quick stream of non-gaming LFAs on Twitch and Kick only at 3 p.m. Central European Time. For reference, right now it's 11. Discord and Twitch have the schedules over there. Join the Discord if you haven't already. And with that, we have 1 week left of the full-time experiment. 1 week left, dude. Thank you, everybody, again for 15,000 on the main channel. And in general, for everything, for the good music, for the good songs, for the follows, for the subs, for the bribes, for everything. Again, I am grateful every single day that I get to do this at all, and that any of you like this to begin with. So again, thank you, everybody. This has been an invaluable opportunity. I have learned so much about this. So yeah, because fan appreciated Ace, but Megumi is Megumi would have a word with you. So yeah, no, with that, thank you, everybody. Next week, I'll start making the announcements on how things are going to move forward. In terms of Limbus Company, not much is going to change, so at least in that sense, we're good, right? And with that, I need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna go now. I need to go do all the things. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Have yourselves a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.